This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Today we're going to find out that not everyone loves Raymond. Greetings and salutations, viewers. While we're back here with another episode of Shadowrun Hong Kong. In the last episode, we created our Shadowrunner, got a message from our longtime guardian, and ran into a family member, quote unquote. Guy who raised was us anyway. And now we're heading back to Hong Kong, switching through the piers to get to our meeting location. But we've had to deal with some people on the way. And one was a group we didn't even have to fight if we wanted to. But I'm going to fight them anyway because there's actually technically an item here we can get. Not a big deal. If you wanted to skip it, be perfectly fine. But I'm going to show off how starting secret combat works. Is basically setting the gun motion sets us into tactical mode. So basically we can adjust until we attack these guys or get super close. We can actually adjust ourselves as much as we want. So let's see. Let me move over here. Let me see what my... okay, so I can only hit you there if I move there. Alright, let's... let me move you back right over here. Duncan... I want you to get a little bit closer. Let's get you over here. And then... let's see, that should be, if we put her, because I think I'm going to move myself over here. If we put her like over here, I think we should be fine. Basically, these two have grenades, so we have to be careful about people too close together, because otherwise they'll get hit back to back. But I think he's far enough away. All right, let's cast aim on Duncan while we're waiting. That way we can guarantee a hit. Alright, way to turn. And then, yeah, let me move down here just to get, well, let's see, my protection isn't that great. Actually, if I move here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think we could, actually, let me hit you with armor. And we'll skip a turn. And then we'll attack this turn. Okay. Let's see. Duncan, do you still have... let's see. Okay, I think we're good to go. So alright, let's start attacking these guys. So, let's see. Let's get a mana bolt in there. And then as soon as you attack them, the turn starts. Like, it goes to... They'll attack you when you're done. So. Alright, didn't do as much damage as I would have liked. But... yeah, we got a mage and two, a smuggler and a soldier. Wizard dies first. That's the rule of D&D, so. Alright, well, I was hoping I would finish him off, but, alright, fine. Let's see. I guess we'll mana ball again. Yeah, this is the last episode I was talking about, like I said, the mana bolt was the area effect spell. It's actually a mana ball in this game, so yeah, if I move it there though, I won't hit him, so I'll just hit the guarantees. Nice bit of damage there. Alright, Duncan, finish him off. And finish him off. Alright, should only have to deal with a grenade, if he throws a grenade. Or flanks us, that's cool. Yeah, let's see if we can try to hit him with 71%. Unfortunately, there's no ley line, so I can't take advantage of that. So try to move a bit closer. And it's still got cover from this location, so. Yeah, I'm gonna move her over here. Trying to get cover or flanking, so there we go. Now he's flanked. And I still miss. Yeah, I've got a 75% chance, so obviously I'll miss pretty more often than not, just because that's how the game works. XCOM always keeps coming back to punish me every time I do this. But anyway, yeah, if we beat these guys, we can get a med kit. Yay! Yeah, see, if you didn't want to get this, it'd be fine. So. But yeah, like I said in the last episode, you don't have to do every single fight. Sometimes you do fights just to get items. Karma is based off objective completions. So if you don't want to fight stuff, you can get decent karma from just doing that. So, all right, let's see what we got here. 60 new yen. All right. I've heard it can be higher, like 66 or something like that. That might be slightly random, but I could be wrong. I know there's some stuff that's there's guaranteed drops and then there's slight randomness when it comes to certain things. So I don't know every single detail about this game. I'll admit, as much as I'm me liking this game, you know what I mean. Let's not deal with the encounter. Let's just get out of here. Let's just run away. We don't want to deal with that. Let's just run towards the exit. Let's just get away, even though the yellow bar says that's our objective. You know, even though we were trying to go this way in the first place. Yeah, we can't go out that way. So, yeah, I don't... let's actually do the objective now. So, back the way we came. Oh, a convenient ley line in the way. Huh. It's almost like this might be an encounter. Nah, you're probably... It's crazy. No one would think that. Crossing the street, you can make out 4 shadowy figures loitering in the plaza ahead. Troll, orc, dwarf, elf. Sounds like an adventuring party. 2 men, 2 women. They're different from the smugglers on the dock. Alert, poised, professional. You can see they made a token attempt to conceal their weapons. The unspoken message is clear. We're strapped. Mind your manners. Wu stands up tall, takes the amused tone he gets whenever he's standing toe-to-toe with someone bigger, someone who doesn't know they're about to go down. Evening, folks. You got permits for those bazookas? The thick troll pulls his mouth into a comic frown. Permits, huh? Give me a minute. He makes a show of patting his pockets. Nope, guess not. I must have dropped mine in a dumpster, along with the last idiot who stepped to us. Wu coolly surveys the scene, nods in a friendly fashion. Is that right? Well then. You can almost feel Wu's cop training kick in. It's like watching a drone execute a command routine. He reaches for his rifle, brings it up quick, but it's too late. By the time it hits shoulder level, an assortment of nasty-looking ordnance is already trained on his head. Carter backs him up. She whips her arms forward, fists blazing with magical fire. Her eyes sweep the scene, darting from one figure to another. All right, everyone, just be cool. The thick troll's voice is casual. Amused, he shakes his gun in Wu's face. Little late for that, isn't it? Listen, guys, my stomach's doing somersaults. How about we all put our guns away before someone gets hurt? The thick troll snorts a laugh. That guy looks like he could use an enema. Something we could do for you, officer? Wu's jaw tightens, but his tone stays cool and controlled. I'm looking for an old man, Raymond Black. We were supposed to meet him here. You know him? The troll nods his enormous head. Mm-hmm. Wu's voice gets an edge. You see a vein in his temple start to pulse. Where is he? Carter sees it too. He keeps her voice neutral. Easy, Duncan. The troll maintains amused eye contact, but his weapon stays trained on Wu. That's right. Easy, Duncan. Your friend Raymond never showed. We've been waiting for a better part of an hour. Who are you? He eyes Duncan. No one you want to mess with. The orc girl chimes in. Her tone is light. She's trying to defuse the situation. We do odd jobs for money. So you were his tour guides, right? The troll's yellow-brown tusk shifts into a smile head. Kinda, yeah. The old man hired us to take you all on an excursion. Wu's brow furrows. Hired you? He takes a moment, looks them over. They're an odd assortment. A cybered-up troll, an orc girl with magical fetishes, a dwarf with a cyberdeck slung on her back, and a tall elf standing behind them quietly, inscrutable, all with guns trained on Wu. Understanding spreads across Wu's face. His jaw tightens. You're Shadowrunners. The troll nods. Mm-hmm. Wu's shoulders creep up. His stance tightens. This is bullshit. Raymond would never hire Shadowrunners. They're criminals. The troll corrects him. Mercenary operatives. The dwarf cuts in. Her voice is soft but strong. Criminal mercenary operatives. So yeah, you were right. Your buddy Raymond was associated with a bunch of hired criminals. The troll tosses Wu a sideways smile while staring down the barrel of his gun. Sorry to burst your bubble, Lone Star. Guess you didn't know the old man as well as you thought, huh? Wu tries to shake it off, but he's struggling to process the information. You can feel the heat coming off of him. The runners sense it too, and they tense up tight. They're keyed on Duncan, and their guns are big. The looks on their faces make it clear. One wrong bead of sweat, and Wu's going down in a red mist cloud. Carter remains completely still. Her voice is level, moderate. She's done this before. Let's all stay focused. No need for this to get ugly. She speaks quietly to Wu, who listens without turning, his focus squarely on the troll. We need to find Raymond. These are the people who can help us do that. This is about money, right? Let's talk about money. The troll is a bit wary but willing. He lifts the barrel of his gun slightly. I like talking about money. You can tell the orc girl's had enough of the tension. She blurts it out. The old man wanted us to take him into Coolin City. She waves a hand at the three of you. You too. The two large rats clinging to her hip and shoulder poke their heads out of the folds of her clothing. They fix their beady eyes on you intently. You know the walled city? Isn't this Kowloon City? The girl sighs, rolls her eyes. Yeah, this is Kowloon, but Kowloon Walled City is different. It's a shithole, the worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere. Trid clips and news stories can't do it justice. Memories of growing up in the Redmond Barrens flash through your mind. We get it. It's a real bad place. Now why would a little old man pay you to take him there? The dwarf standing next to her nods and jumps in. Wouldn't say he mumbled that too, just kept rambling on and on about how he had to get in. An ordinary circumstance, I never would have accepted the kid. The wall city's the last place I want to go, but the old man rolled up a truckload of Nuyen, and you gotta eat, right? Wu risks a glance at you. His weapon remains trained on the Shadowrunners, but a flicker of uncertainty plays across his face. Interesting story. Seems like a good time to ramp down the threat of violence, don't you think? The troll flashes you a smile. That's all tusk and no warmth. Okay, gang, I'll tell you what. He looks at his team as he slowly starts to lower his weapon. We're all gonna put our guns down. Holy shit! Get down now! Carter! Snipers, take cover! Yeah, that's how Carter gets taken out by a sniper in the Husky. Oh boy. Anyway, who shot at us? What's going on? Well, let's prepare for combat. So right now we've got just ourselves and Duncan. So let's put ourselves in the cover. Always get in the cover. Yeah, see, objective, take cover. The sound of high-caliber rifle shots hang in the air, the red dots of laser sights sweeping the area. Carter, the troll, and the silent elf lie dead in winding pools of blood, their heads broken open like melons dropped from a four-story building. The orc girl screams from cover, Nightjar! Nightjar, come on, big man, talk to me. Gut shot! No, no! She turns to the dwarf, her eyes wild with fear. Oh shit, this isn't good! A voice blares out from a loudspeaker. This is the police. Lay down your weapons and put your hands behind your head and come out where we can see you. Duncan, Wu, Pykel, Boulder Shoulder, come on out where we can see you. You have 3 seconds. Duncan crouches behind cover, his gaze locked on Carter's corpse. His voice comes out in a hoarse roar. Stand down, damn it. I'm law enforcement. Lone Star. Lone Star. He's driven deeper into cover by a hail of gunfire. The dwarf shakes her head at him. Her voice is flat. Save your breath. They won't listen. Use your eyes. These bastards aren't here to make arrests. A sniper shot hits the wall next to her head, showering her an explosion of plaster. Stay down, Duncan. Are you hurt? Everyone pop down. Just give me a minute. The rat girl stares at the ground intently as if listening. Then her brow furrows, her eyes go beady, and her nose wrinkles up. She begins to sway back and forth, her lips moving soundlessly. She snaps out of her trance. Okay, I got a way out. It's at the end of the street. Everyone come with me. Everyone, we don't need the Britta cops, Gabe. We're the only ones who... The little orc whips her head towards her friend. Their extra firepower is, I've got us an exit, but we gotta get past the heat and we can't shoot our way out of this on our own. If nothing else, they can soak up a few rounds on it for us. She turns to you, her pupils pinpricks of intensity. Just stick to cover and keep close. There's a door down the street that leads to the back alley. That's our exit point. You fall behind, you get left behind. Yes, ma'am, I guess so. All right. So get everyone out alive, and we got to get into cover. And right now we've got a... yeah, see, we got to get over here for that. So right now we got a couple of people. We got HKPF captains. So, and they're in heavy cover right now. A dangerous situation, to be sure. All right. So let's get our ladies moving around. All right. So, yeah, got to get... All right. Let's see what we want to do here. So, okay. So let's start with our... We got 2 new companions for this. We got Iz and Gobe here. Gobe is some shaman, and Iz is a dwarf Decker. So all her things are about hacking things and stuff like that. So, all right, let's see. All right, yeah, everyone needs to stay in full cover if you can. So places like this with the shield on it, or heavy cover, full cover, what do you want to do it? Let's see. Yeah, she's not got good positions there, so we'll move her over here. Okay, so I need to get. Yeah, you saw that little symbol next to the car there. That's a deck port. What that means is you can do something in combat if you can get to it. So, all right, I'm gonna stay there because I've got a ley line. All right, go Bay. Let's see. You've got aim, poison fog, and haste. Haste is a really good ability. What it does is for so many rounds, it gives you extra AP, which means extra actions. And you can cast on someone even after they moved, and it'll add a 1, and they can do something else again if you want to. Also, as a shaman, depending on where she stands, she can also get affected by ley lines. She can also take certain things in the environment. So as you can see that little thing glowing, that tells you that there's a spirit nearby. So if she uses 2 AP, she does have to move to a certain location, but if she uses 2 AP, she can summon a spirit to help, which is an extra body to help fight against groups and stuff like that. So I want to move a little bit closer without using up her whole turn because I want to cast haste on Duncan. I mean, I could cast her on herself if I wanted to. You could just use her whole turn to get over there. All right. Oh, so she also has a submachine gun, by the way. Let's see. And we'll cast aim on you for now, since haste is a 2 AP turn. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not moving you over there. I was trying to see if maybe I can get some full cover, but yeah, we'll move you here for now. Unfortunately, that means I'm not flanking them or anything like that. Yeah, let's just do some damage on them first. Alright. Level 2 mana bolt. Nice in this spot here is giving him some healing from standing here, so alright, we'll hit him again. Nice. I used a med kit. The heals go back. Yeah, here's the other guys. Alright. Let's see, are you close enough? No, she still has to move, so. Yeah, I'm trying to find a good spot to her to move towards. Alright, let's have Duncan move again. Up here. Yeah, that should be enough hit. That guy's out in the open, so let's hit him for a few for extra dollar dues. Unfortunately, I'm not doing too much damage here, so let's haste you. Let's see. She's not. Use her grenade launcher. How much damage does that do? 12. Yeah, we'll do that. So, in a grenade launcher, what it does is it has the ability to hit multiple, possibly hit multiple targets, depending on where it hits, but like spread damage. But in this case, you will hit him. Nice. All right, you're dead. I just got one more attack. Let's see, how's my hit? It's about the same, looks like. All right, let's just boom. Go ahead now. Alright, you're down. Actually, let's move over here so next turn I can show off what summoning stuff does. good cover, no really good full cover spots, huh? Alright, I'll just hide behind this then. Alright, need to reload. Oh yeah, and another thing in the game is since guns take ammo, not everything's gonna have a ton of bullets like certain guns and whatever. So as soon as this thing is red and you see that little symbol there, it means it takes one action to reload. So we reload and then we can fire. However, I want to show off going into the matrix, so we can take some hits anyway since we're a little early in the game anyway. So alright. So, if you're a decker, you can do this as well, and if you have the rigger control, you have the ability to send remote out to override the drones so they can help you, but unfortunately Iz here does not have drones. She's not the rigger of the game. Yeah, you think all deckers would have rigging, but no, she's built Spirit purely as a decker. So, anyway, it might be possible to use the network connection on this police motorcycle to do some damage to the local network. Because up ahead there are drones, so what we want to do is we want to turn these things off. So let's deactivate the drones. The power drones, power down. So it means less people we have to deal with up ahead, as you can see. Now that we've turned those off, we can now see the more people there. So, all right, yeah, let's have Gobay summon a spirit since she's close enough now. All right, looks like she summoned a water spirit because of the rain. So now, one thing you can do with spirits is that, well, one, they have their own set of abilities, and it is kind of random depending on the stage what water spirit or what spirit you're going to have. You can also manually create your own spirits through tokens, which are a cost. We'll go over that when we get them. So right now, the water spirit has Hydro Daggers, which does 10 damage. That can be affected by cover and stuff like that. Also has the ability to heal and has Water Bolt, which does 10 damage and can strip 2 armor from targets. So let's see. A couple of people have taken some small amount of damage. So we could heal someone with this. And then let's get you over here. And we'll have you try to hit him. Of course, yeah, some spirits aren't going to have very good damage, unfortunately. That's just how it is. We'll have to move from this spot here pretty soon. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be hitting him from that spot. Yeah, next turn I'll move. I was hoping to get some cheap damage on him. Yeah, you still have your extra AP, so let's move you over here. Oh yeah, there's the 2 drones, by the way. If you didn't take them out, you would have had to deal with them too. Not that it's impossible to not fight them. It's just All right, let's see. Yeah, okay, there we go. A good spot. Yeah, a little far away. Yeah, we can try it anyway. Hey, we did some damage. See, because of it being an area attack, it can still hit other people. It's just, and with grenades, there's always a possibility you might still hit them. You just won't hit your exact target. So, this is really cool. I guess we'll just keep moving up. Anyone else get hit? Let's see. Yeah, Gobay. Actually, I think her name's supposed to be Gobbit. I think, but. Alright, looks like your haste wore off. Are you? No, you only got one. You only got 1 AP right now, because when you summon a spirit, you do use an AP point to use the spirit. In other games, you could actually, depending on the spirit, you could actually use AP to give them more AP, but there was a chance for them to go berserk. In this case, we only have to waste AAP, and we use whatever our abilities are to attack them. So one good thing is just to have the water spirit basically take on all the damage, because if it dies, no one cares. So using this best chance to try to flank the opponent. So yeah, let's try water, even though it's only 50%. Yeah, yeah. Summon spirits don't have really good. That looks like it ran out. So only 2 turns. Oh well. I was hoping to get a bit more out of the way before it disappeared. But. Alright. Yeah, just move everyone up. Yeah, let's try it again. Yeah, damage the thing that doesn't even need to be damaged. Uh-oh. Looks like you summoned something too. Alright, looks like you're gonna have to die first. Because you can summon stuff. Yeah, as it says there, Conjurer, so. Alright. Need a reload. Let's try it again, why not? Nope. Alright. Yeah, it was pretty low. Okay. Can I see Duncan from there? Yep. AP. Let's see, I'm trying to find a good spot to flank him. Alright. Yeah, what we want to do is we want to kill the Conjurer first, because the summon is just and it is an extra body, but the thing is, oh, she cast slow on me, which or not slow, slow reduces your AP. It's there's an ability that reduces my movement, but I'm fine standing here because you're flanked, so I could just keep blasting you. All right, let's see. Let's use your burst ability and see if we can get a few extra shots from you. Nice. Ooh, all those hit did ×2 damage for every hit, so awesome. All right, let's take you out then. You're flanked. Alright, we're still in cover. Let's try to hit him anyway, so. Nice. Alright, time to make it to the exit, so. Just move, move, move! Go, go, go! Go, Speed Racer, go! Oh, the enemy's coming back from behind, so, and like I said, with all fights, no reason to fight everything, so we just need to make it to the exit. Alright, there's our next setup there, so let me get you. Yeah, we could just go ahead and exit, because like I said, there's no reason to fight these guys, so. Alright, Duncan's gone. Alright, Gobbets, yeah, and everyone move, just kind of move forward towards the exit door. The only person we have to worry about is the one that's coming from behind, so. I forgot how many people actually do come into the area, because at some point enemies do keep spawning after a bit, so you can't kill them all, so. I mean, you could possibly kill quite a few of them, but. Alright, do we have enough turn? Yep, movement for you. Get out of there! Get out of there! Run! Alright. We escaped. Their lives. The Rod Shaman guides you from the doorway on the street through an eternity of winding alleys, damp sub-basements, and empty buildings. Stumbling through refuse and filth, you make your way into the sewers below Victoria Harbor. It reeks down here, but it's quiet. Gobbet stops and sniffs and wipes her eyes with the back of her wrist. Her rat squeaks softly in the folds of her clothing. The dwarf watches her silently for a moment, then moves closer and gently takes her hand. In the dim light of the sewer, you can see they are nearly the same age, no more than 20, 21 tops. You need a rest? The two women exchange a glance. No, we're good. Gobbet looks back the way you came. I think we've shaken them. She sniffs the air. Yeah, we're clear. Wood begins pacing, his boots splashing in the sewer water, creating echoes down the tunnel. You can feel the tension coming off of him in waves. This is bullshit. I'm done messing around in alleys and sewers. I'm done running from cops. He pokes a thumb at his chest and spits his anger forth in a raspy growl. For fuck's sake, I am a cop. We noticed. There's a Lone Star Sergeant dead back there. Damn it. She was... Wu starts to choke up. He struggles against it, fighting to maintain control, but he needs a minute to recover. He finally manages to pull it together, but he's raw. When he speaks again, his voice is seething and hoarse. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Hong Kong cops, but I'm calling in some Lone Star backup from home. I'm gonna get some of my own people down here. Then we're gonna find Raymond and figure out what the hell's going on. The little orc shrugs. Whatever you say, big guy. You have fun with that. She looks over at her friend. They're both nod. Iz and I are out of here. Best of luck finding your friend. Your people died in a hail of sniper fire. You're not gonna do anything about it?
Of course we're going to do something about it. In fact, we're going to do two things. Run and hide. Look, you got safety, but now we are done with this shit. We don't intend to die for you.
Wu isn't listening. You can see on his face that he's already written the orc girl off. He pulls a security-grade PDA from his holster on his left leg, raises it, and starts tapping the buttons with a meaty finger. The Lone Star logo on the back of the device looks shiny and official. He stops, confused, then taps it again harder. The red flashing image on the PDA reflects in his goggles. What the hell? I'm locked out of the network. He looks up at you. My law enforcement status has been revoked. He goes back to the screen. I don't believe it. This is saying there's an APB out on us, Pikel. You and me both. I figured as much. You heard them on the loudspeaker. They knew our names. Wu glares at the wall, a storm raging across his face. Fucking hell! His hand clenches into a fist around his PDA. This just keeps getting worse. He leans forward as if to punch the wall, his knuckles rapping against it softly, a pantomime of barely contained rage. Suddenly, he turns and slings the PDA at the far wall. It hits hard, bounces back, and clatters to the ground at his feet. He looks down at it, spent. The orc mouths an okay to herself, eyebrows raised.
And on that note, I think it's time for us to say goodbye. Come on, Isabel.
She's cut off by a sudden smashing noise as her friend's boot comes crashing down on the PDA at Wu's feet. The dwarf looks down at her work, unsatisfied, and brings her boot down again and again, until there's nothing left but a snarl of broken plastic housing, broken glass, and circuit board. She looks up at Wu, her chest heaving, and points to the pile of scraps she's created.
Police issue. They can trace you through that.
She turns to you, hand out.
Yours too. It's on the network.
Well, and her PDA. Well, there goes all my free upgrade points. Isabel takes her PDA and repeats her boot stomping.
There.
She looks over at Gobbet, sighs, and reaches into her jacket pocket, pulling out 2 new PDAs. She hands them to you and Duncan.
Bummers, I suppose it's the least we could do after your help back there.
Thanks. Your people always keep a supply of burners in your pocket?
Runners need to be prepared for contingencies. Isn't that right, Is?
Isabel isn't listening. She is staring open-mouthed at her own PDA, its bluish glow illuminating her horrified expression.
Gobbet, we got to go. Right now.
Isabel's voice is monotone but emphatic. She holds up to her PDA to show her friend.
They're after us too.
Her screen displays a local newscast. Her own face stares back at you from an upper left corner of the screen.
And in breaking news, just under an hour ago, Hong Kong port authorities were involved in a firefight with members of a terrorist cell linked to the mainland state of Henan. The battle left 3 terrorists dead, along with an unconfirmed number of Hong Kong police officers.
Your image winks out, replaced by a scowling image of Duncan Wu, a mugshot from a long time ago, before Raymond.
Our sources report that Seattle natives Duncan Wu and Paco Bouldershoulder, along with their Hong Kong-based accomplices, are still at large. They are well armed and should be considered extremely dangerous.
Low-res photographs of Gobbet and Isabel pop up on screen, replacing Duncan Wu. The color drains out of Gobbet's face.
Oh, shit! Kowloon officials report that the terrorist cell known as White Star maintains ties to the state of Henan and is purported to be receiving weapons and funding from anti-corporate groups in the UCAS city-state of Seattle. Port authorities are standing on high alert, and the Hong Kong Police Force's Special Duties Unit has been engaged to deal with the threat. We go live to Chief Inspector Crate of the Special Duties Unit, who will be making a statement. Behind the newscaster, a window video displays the locations of your firefight in Victoria Harbor. The camera pans to Chief Inspector Crate. She is surrounded by a swarm of news reporters, but appears unfazed by the attention. She speaks with supreme confidence. We have yet to ascertain the motives for tonight's attack, but it's clearly a well-planned and coordinated effort. Crate sounds smooth, more like a corporate mouthpiece than a cop. We have already issued an all-points bulletin along with a kill or capture order for the 4 remaining terrorists, and have instructed the Special Duties Unit to make this mandate a top priority. She looks directly into the camera. If you should see one or more of these individuals, do not attempt to engage them. Instead, tap in the HPFF flash code at the bottom of the screen. If you are on an authorized network, take a picture. Our systems will automatically identify them in your data stream. The Decker switches off the newscast and clips her PDA back into her belt. For a moment, there's no sound but the roar of a sewer water rushing through the pipes. Gobbet bends over, hands on her knees, sucking wind. Her rats scurry for a new position. I thought we were fucked before. Wu's voice is eerily calm. But now we are well and truly fucked.
Doesn't look good, does it? His mouth tightens. Not at all. He begins stalking back and forth, a panther in a cage. They've labeled us terrorists, and there's an APB out on us. I've heard this kind of announcement before. I know what comes with it. It doesn't matter if we have nothing to do with whatever city-state. They're gonna hunt us down. It's open season. No, it's rabbit season. Isabel nudges the remains of Wu's PDA with her booted tail. And the two of us will be hunted down right alongside you. Gobbet wide eyes the exit, light as a spring. You can hear shallow panting as she leans towards one and then the other. We gotta go deep, hit the mainland for a while until we can figure this out. Find a hole to crawl into. Gobbet looks at Isabel, wipes her mouth, and points at you and Duncan. We gotta get them off the grid too. Way off. The dwarf looks up at Duncan, her large eyes narrow. Hey, Lone Star, you've got the security license, right? That means that you've got the SIN too. Wu's brow furrows. Of course I have a SIN. I wouldn't be able to get paid otherwise. Only criminals and lowlifes go sinless. She runs her hands along her cyberdeck, thinking. That means that you can be traced, both of you. You get spotted by a drone or a security camera, get ID'd by a retinal scanner, or try to use your cred stick or passport, and the HKPF will know just when to find you. Wu crosses his arms across his chest. I know a system identification number works, Runner. If we have etiquette Shadowrunner, we can pipe in on the situation, but it doesn't add anything to the main dialogue other than we know what we're doing. But if we did have it, we could say we're going to have to burn our sins if we're going to survive this. So we're stuck in this country, no money, no passport, nothing. Gobbet pulls out her dreadlocks. We're just as screwed as you are. Me and Ez, we're listed as your accomplices, and we can't afford for you to get caught. You lead them to us, one way or another. DNA samples, things we told you, astral residue, I don't know, cop stuff. The little Decker looks from you to Wu, eyes narrowing, sizing you up. You can see her make a silent decision before she speaks. Her voice is flat, resigned. We need to get your sins burned, delete you from the record books. All of them. All of them? Whoa, wait a minute. You want us to just erase our identities? Wu rubs a hand across his scalp. Beyond the fact that it's insane, will that even work? If we burn our sin, go off the grid like that, won't they just redouble their efforts to find us? Condensation seeps its way into Isabel's dry tone. Imagine playing a game of hide and seek with a siren strapped to your head. Would you rather go and try and hide with the siren, or with the siren conspicuously absent? This is bullshit. I'm gonna find a way to smuggle myself back to Seattle. Wu gives you his don't be an idiot voice. With what resources? We don't know anyone in this country, Pikel. We have no network here. His baritone growl gets low and intense. You saw what they did to those runners, to Carter. You'd be dead before you could take 2 steps. So what's the alternative? Gobbet's voice drops. We gotta ask for help. There's only one person we know who has the kind of pull it takes to... There's only one person we know who has the kind of pull it takes to burn a sin and hide us from the cops. Kindly Chang. Who's Kindly Chang? Some sort of super decker? No, Kindly's no decker. She's what's known as a straw sandal, kind of a middle manager for the Yellow Lotus Syndicate. They're triad. Kindly Chang controls all the illegal activity in our neighborhood. Smuggling, bootlegging, counterfeiting. Middle manager? Is the Yellow Lotus a syndicate or a retail outlet? Gobbet leans in, as serious as death. Do not get the wrong impression. Kindly Chang is no bureaucrat. She controls a good-sized portion of Kowloon's underworld. She has soldiers, resources, she's smart, and she is not to be underestimated. Isabel's voice is hollow and flat. Taking favors from a woman like Kindly Chang is a good way to get yourself into indentured servitude. You don't want to owe favors to a woman like that. Her eyes get big and round. Ideally, you don't want to deal with her at all. That was Nightjaw's job. Wait a minute, you know this woman? We've only met once or twice. Nightjaw was the one who worked with her. Like I said, she's got her fingers in everything, including brokering Shadowrunners for the core. Kindly Chang is our fixer. Gobbet tries to make her voice light, confident. Just stay on her good side and you'll have nothing to worry about. Now let's get this done before one of you trips the APB and brings all hell down upon us. Well, looks like we're ourselves in a bit of pickle. Seems like we're not going to be running into Raymond. He hired some night runners to find him and to guide us, and now the Hong Kong police are after us, and now everyone wants us, and now we got to go sinless? What is going to happen to us? Will Kindly Chen take us in and do all this for just the love of our heart? Or are we going to have to work for our efforts in this case? We'll find out next time in the next episode of Shadowrun Hong Kong. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.